So, mediation is the new black. That is the topic today. And we have got a very distinguished panel with us. I'll start the intro from my left side, going up to the end. And then we will take a different route by asking questions on each topic rather than going around with questions. And in the end, we would like to hear from Justice Jawad. He has got so much to say, so we'll leave some time for him to exhaust his thoughts. So on my left is Dr. Nudrat Ijaz Paracha, is the first Pakistani lawyer to become a fellow of CIA ARB and the first woman in Pakistan to serve on an exit annulment committee in Washington. She is a pioneering figure in ADR in Pakistan. And beyond having acted in arbitrations before ICC, EXIT, SCC, and other prominent arbitrations, she is a JAMS Fellow, and she's affiliated with the International Center for Appropriate Dispute Resolution and Prevention. Our next panelist is Advocate Shahan Karimi, is a partner at Haider Mota and Company, and has over 10 years of experience in handling diverse disputes before courts and tribunals. Mr. Karimi brings extensive expertise in civil, commercial, and constitutional and banking matters. His practice encompasses shareholder disputes, company law, white-collar crime, land disputes, public procurement, intellectual property and family law, etc. Then we have Mr. Omar Mehman, is a partner at Mohsin Taib Ali and Company, and holds a master's degree, Masters of Law degree from London, United Kingdom. Mr. Mehman has been involved in alternative dispute resolution proceedings, including handling arbitration matters before arbitral tribunals in Pakistan and abroad. He has also been part of several mediation proceedings, including court-mediated mediations, and has worked with renowned accredited mediators in Pakistan at ADR Center. Then we have Barrister Haya Iman Zahid, a distinguished barrister at law, leads as CEO of the Legal Aid Society, shaping alternative dispute resolution ADR in Pakistan. With over 15 years of experience, she pioneered initiatives for access to justice and empowers individuals. Under her guidance, Legal Aid Society established Micadar, Pakistan's premier private ADR center, recognized by the Sindh High Court and federal government. Haya also works on reforming prison legislation and champions Gender and Child Security Initiative. Her vision extends to climate resilience and broader access to justice. Then we have Honorable Justice Junaid Ghaffar, and I'm putting actually Justice Jawad Hassan in the last because there is some reason I'm doing that. So Justice Junaid Ghaffar is a legal luminary, achieved a remarkable first-class second position in the LLB exam at SM Law College in 1990, making the inception of his distinguished career with unwavering dedication. He initially practiced independently before joining Naveen Merchant Associates in 2003. In 2013, Justice Ghaffar established his own practice, leading to his elevation as an additional judge at the Sindh High Court in August 2013. Now we come to our last panelist, Justice Jawad. Actually, he needs no introduction. His reputation precedes him. But I'll just give you a little glimpse of what he is. He has rendered recently such beautiful judgments, and he'll be talking about him, and that is his introduction, actually. So Honorable Mr. Justice Jawad Hassan was born in 28 July 1967 in Lahore, Pakistan, in a family known for their contribution in education and administration in Pakistan. Justice Jawad studied at the Forman Christian College, Lahore, University of Westminster, London, University of Punjab, and Pace University School of Law, New York, LLM in 1996, on the Henry F. Felshen Scholarship, and received training at The Hague University International Law and the National University of Singapore Faculty of Law. And he actually recently, we went to Singapore for the ADR training, mediation training, and he's an accredited mediator also from Singapore Mediation Center in Singapore. So with that, we will start the discussion. But before that, to start the ball rolling, I would like to give a brief picture of what has happened since 2006. And why 2006? Mediation has been there, mediation, arbitration have been there for centuries. We find mention in Quran, we find it in Hadith, and in Pakistan, we have Panchayat and Jirga system. So it's something that is known to everyone. But what has changed the entire scheme of mediation is the structured and systematic way of conducting mediation. And that started in 2006. And from there onward, I think I would like to give a brief account as to what has happened and what will be the takeaway from this panel as to rethinking the strategy going forward. So as far as the systematic and structured way of mediation is concerned, it was introduced in US by two stalwarts, namely Roger Fisher and William Ury in 1981, and they were working on the Harvard Law University program, and they came up with a book called Getting to Yes. And that has become a Bible of mediation in many ways. So in 2006, International Finance Corporation of the World Bank Group launched the commercial mediation program for Middle East and North Africa, including Pakistan. Since I was the head of this program, I started off with Pakistan as my first project, followed by Egypt, Lebanon, Morocco, Afghanistan, and lastly, Washington, D.C. My intent today is to see how much progress we have made since 2006. And I would be I'll be little, expressing myself as a pessimistic because I have not seen much progress. So please forgive me for that. But all the topics of our esteemed speakers today are so well carved that I'm sure at the end of the session we'll be coming to the conclusion as to why do we need to rethink our strategy going forward. Who would disagree that our courts are struggling, literally struggling to find ways to reduce delays in disposal of cases, to provide a better quality of justice, improve citizens' access to justice, better case management system, and save litigants' costs. Today, we are seeking direct foreign investments for our economic growth. Will it be possible for the investors to invest in Pakistan if the legal system, our legal system is not conducive for them to enter Pakistan with their huge investments because they get stuck in litigation processes, right? Well, IFC's project aimed at relieving the private sector from lengthy court proceedings that are stifling the economic growth. So I started the IFC Pakistan project in 2006. We commissioned it, but before that, I would like to say a few words on how, when we started off this project in 2006, I had such big and very distinguished champions with me. From Sindh High Court, we had Justice Mushir Alam and Justice Arif Khilji. From Lahore High Court, we had Justice Umar Bandial and Justice Mansoor Ali Shah. And from the Supreme Courts, our focal point was none other than Justice Tasadduq Jilani. After having these champions with us, there was no reason why the mediation should not go forward. But here are some things that I would like to briefly showcase, is that in our diagnostic study before launching the project, or at the start of the launching of the project, was 1.5 million cases were pending in different courts of Pakistan. There was no legal framework to empower judges to refer cases or enforce mediation settlement agreements. And there was only a two-liner mediation clause at that time in CPC by way of 89A. There were no private court-connected or private mediation centers, lack of awareness at all levels. I'm sorry to say, judges, lawyers, litigants. Lawyers felt threatened that their capacity would be undermined by their clients. So they didn't come forward. Litigants did not want to pay extra fees over and above what they have paid to the lawyers. And debtors and frivolous litigators avoided mediation. Well, IFC's program was very comprehensive, but it ended somewhere in 2010. So what changed in 2006? Since 2006, IFC set up a Karachi Center for Dispute Resolution that was known as KCDR initially, then it became NCDR, followed by other mediation centers as private initiatives. One worth mentioning is the work of Legal Aid Society, which has done tremendous work in the field of training numerous lawyers, drafting rules, standard operating procedures, and many other documents, ultimately setting up a MICADR, which is a mediation center. There is another one in Islamabad that we will be addressed by Barrister Nusrat. And then I myself set up IBA Mediation Center, IBA Dispute Resolution Center at IBA University. Then a huge number of mediators have been trained, 600 trained by IFC, more or less similar number have been trained by Legal Aid Society. We amended the CPC to give a proper framework mechanism for the judges to refer cases to mediation. Also, lawyers can apply for the mediations. So the framework is known as 89A of Civil Procedure Code. It was a two-liner. It has now been enhanced to give a very comprehensive mechanism. And there is no, actually we have tried it and there are no hitches not to implement it. Under the High Court of Sindh Mediation Center Recognition Program, 2 mediation centers have been registered, that is acknowledged by the High Court. One is MICADR and one is IBA DRF. So ICADRIP is also designated by Islamabad High Court? Islamabad High Court.
And Law Ministry.
Okay, Law Ministry, fine. So the recently established court-connected mediation center under the umbrella of High Court and Justice Adnan Chaudhary is taking care of it. And we have 40 hours mediation trained mediators working at the court-connected mediation center. And during this time, the judges have been trained as not only as mediators, but also as how to refer the cases under the law, 89A, and how to enforce their decisions or mediation settlements. So all this has been done. Where do we stand today? No doubt there is a lot of awareness. Everyone is talking about mediation. It has become a buzzword today, mostly within judiciary and legal fraternity. However, today, the pendency of the cases from 1.5 million, which was in 2006, it has gone up to 2.5 million. So the burden on the judges have increased. Although we have got so many mediators, law has been passed, mediation centers have been established, but why, there is no uptake of mediation? Then there is a disparity of supply of mediators and referral of cases. Then the last one is some mediation centers are still struggling to receive cases, but the number is so slow that it is even shameful to mention here. So with that, I will open up our panel discussion. And first of all, I would like to ask Haya, Zahid. So Haya, Legal Aid Society has been working since 2006 in the space of promoting mediation. As I mentioned in my prologue, that starting from 2006, we have trained so many mediators. I mean, even Legal Aid Society has trained so many mediators. And then we had this training in Islamabad also for the lawyers. There is a huge supply of mediators, but there is no demand for cases. Or in other words, how do we create the demand. And another way of, reducing this backlog is judges referring the cases for mediation to private mediators or the mediation centers. Do you think that is something that needs to be looked at? Yeah, but do you think even the courts can help inculcate this habit of going for mediation? Like Shahan talked about lawyers' resistance. You talked about awareness in the masses. But what about the courts which are overburdened with the cases? Like huge number of cases are sitting on their heads. Every Monday I see like 100, 200 cases are on their tables. How can they do even justice to these cases?
Absolutely,
So,
I think.
I mean, as far as the lawyers are concerned, I think they should know one thing, that when the case comes to them, they charge fees which is paid upfront to them. And in that fee, they do the efforts for like 10, 20, 30 years. So if the case comes or case is recommended for mediation, they have already taken their fees. So what are they losing? And this is my advice to my fellow lawyers, my brothers and sisters, that we are not losing anything. And another thing Justice Junaid said is that what is the, why we are not changing our mindset. One thing I have experienced in my efforts to make this process popular is that mediation is too simple. It is too simple, and that is why it's scary. It is too good to be true. But at the same time, it's a magic. It's a simple process, flexible process, but it, at the end, it serves the purpose of resolving disputes. And the best part of it is that it preserves the relationships of both the parties for all times to come. So with that, I'll move to Justice Jawad Hassan. And your Lordship has, his approach to the mediation based on the Churchill judgment recently, which has been passed, and that is Moga Valley judgment, has created a new trend in Pakistan, sir. This judgment has been followed by, of course, Justice Yusuf Ali Saeed and Justice Shahid Karim in huge, fraternity feuds. I would like to ask you, what made you give this first of its kind judgment, whereas the mediation has become mandatory by the court? So we have a little time left, and I would just like to present the conclusion from today's discussion, and that is, our judiciary has many ideas on reducing burden on the courts, and this is a huge problem. However, rectifying these problems in a long run requires extensive judicial reform program. One alternative that can deliver immediate result is through expediting the process of case referral for mediation. So here, so many are High Court judges who have been accredited by international body in mediation training. At least 5 of them I can name: Justice Arshad Hussain, Justice Jawad Sarwana, Justice Abdul Rahman, Justice Munib Ahmed, and one more name is not coming to my mind, but at least five judges are there. These are the champions. And we now have Justice Yusuf Ali Saeed and Justice Chaudhry Adnan, I don't know why, Chaudhry Adnan. These are the champions, and going forward, I think mediation, referral for mediation should be expedited. And according to the new law, 89A, I'm talking about Sindh Civil Procedure Code, the courts at the first instance, and this is mandatory on the courts, to examine the plaint and see if there is a potential for mediation even before the defendant has come forward. Defendant has filed his written statement. Even before that, they can refer the case for mediation. So according to this, they can refer the cases, and lawyers also need to come forward and be generous in accepting court's recommendation for mediation. And I would request again Justice Adnan Chaudhry to see if we can create a similar mechanism for getting the independent mediators registered in the High Court, so that judges should have the list of those mediators, so that our huge supply of mediators can be exhausted.